Hey everyone, what's up? Gen Alpha Chess is back with another video on spectacular chess games. This game was one of the most violent chess games ever played. It was supposed to be quote unquote casual. So yeah. So let's begin. Edward Lasker, distant cousin of Emil Lasker, one of the greatest chess players to ever live, is playing against George Allen Thomas, a national badminton chess champion. A national badminton champion? Yeah. So Edward Lasker was playing with the white pieces, and he starts the game with. I said he starts the game with d4, and then black responds with e6, knight f3, f5. It's pretty basic opening theory. Oh yeah, this is known as the Dutch defense, which it's a really good opening against d4. But the only problem is this. This is a pretty big issue, but it can easily be solved. So knight c3, knight f6, bishop g5. Because here white wants to push for the center and take it, all of it, e4, and then I'll put this knight in a really good position to like dominate. So, and bishop g5 prepares it because now it's pinned to the. Now the knight's pinned to the queen. Bishop e7, not a good move. Like it could have also been stopped like this pin, a counter pin. So yeah. So bishop takes, f and e4. Again, striking the center. And so after the exchange of pawns, now this position occurs. And now this knight hits everything but whatever. And then this opens up the bishop. The knight cannot take because of this, because of the queen. Well, it can take, but it wouldn't be a good move. And it would and this is a good move because it snipes like across the board. It's saying the chess engine is saying it's an inaccuracy, but it's an engine. So yeah, and like it's 1912, the Wild West of chess. So who knows what they'll do? What was I saying? Ah yes. So the reason why black couldn't have developed it like this is because it would have taken too long. I mean, come on, these people. Oh come on, these people love playing quick chess. So yeah. So b6, good move, but not amazing move. And then knight e5. By the way, this creates a threat. The threat actually has nothing to do with the knight itself, because this queen opens up. When you play chess, you want to think, if a piece moves, you have to look at what it opens. First, look at what the piece itself is threatening. Like what the piece itself is doing, and then look at what the piece opened up. The threat here is queen it, and look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Whoops. Look at that. The eval bar just shot up to +4. That means like white has an advantage equivalent to 4 pawns. Queen check, and if and the blocking must happen. And this is a very common tactic, like this pin on the rook. If the pawn takes, then you just take the. Hold on. When the pawn takes, hold on. You don't take the rook, but you take the the pawn, and king f8, knight takes d6, and even though white is up material. Oh, even though white is only up 2 points of material, this is crushing for white because, well, look at this. So here, instead of playing a6, our opponent, our esteemed George Allen Thomas, castled, and pretend like you didn't see that. You didn't see that. What was that? Ah, castles. And then George Allen and then Edward Lasker played bishop d3. It's a mistake because why the hell? And but then he played bishop b7, which is a miss. So, but then queen h5 is also another miss. What the hell? I'm not even gonna take off the computer anymore. And then the threat here is takes. Come on, no move. The threat here is takes and mate. That's a threat. Oh, the reason that's mate is because of the bishop in the corner. So yeah, damn. So he played queen e7 because if the knight takes, it will take with the pawn and now the queen defense. If queen were to take, the queen would take back and now you're just losing. And now I'm just losing. So, but here our esteemed guest George Allen Thomas missed something, a move order mistake. By the way, no, wrong move. Queen takes this one. It's a brilliant move. Why? Because the king has no other move. You must take that queen. And then knight takes f6. Now it's a double check. Now he's already a check with both the bishop and the knight. If the king were to go back, then that's just a beautiful checkmate. The knight with the yellow hits the squares that are yellow that actually matter in this position, and the knight that has red, it's the squares that are red that actually matter in this position. Yeah, so and now the king has no squares, and it's over for the king. Okay, just for the memes, I want to see what the engine thinks. Okay, it thinks it's an inaccuracy. That must mean that the king's gonna check. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happens. Knight e to g4, nice check. King g5, h4, and this king is being lured in like a cat in a cat with a laser. Except when the cat comes to its final destination, it dies. So, king f3, bishop e2, king g2, rook h2, king g1. I mean, look at that. The king has been flung across the board. And here, rook h2, and the sweet kiss of death. King d2 checkmate. Moves away from the king. Oh, but there is an even cooler move here. Castles. Long castles, mate. Have you ever seen anything like this? I think Edward Lasker was just memeing on Alan Thomas. But this would have been even more. It's only 18 moves. Like, hold on. Look at that. 18 moves. Alan Thomas got wrecked. REKKED. So we're 7 minutes into this video. So now let's just go over some opening stuff. So d4. I don't even generally go with d4. I generally go with e4, e5, d4, e5, Vienna. I'm a Vienna player. I like the Vienna. But against d4, hold on. Against d4, I generally go with the direct Dutch. But here, Alan went with this sort of Dutch. This Dutch. I generally go with Gotham's recommended Dutch that looks like this. There was a Leningrad variation of the Dutch defense, I think. I'm pretty sure this is the Leningrad. Obviously, it was invented in Leningrad, Russia. Hence the name, Leningrad. But yeah, so d4, and we have e6 and knight c3, f5. I generally play like this. Knight c. Here, okay, yeah. Here, I would generally knight. Knight c3 blocks in this pawn, and these two pawns generally go together. Like c4 would have been the best move here because yeah, c4 is actually the best move here because these two pawns stand like brothers together. But then that does open up this check. I don't think Edward Lasker liked that, so maybe I don't know. So yeah, knight f6, bishop g5, and so on and so forth. And well, who would have thought this position would have ended like this? With two rooks, a knight, and a king, all working together to checkmate this king. On g1, taken from g8. Weep. Hold on. Weep. Weep. Technically, it's weep. Weep. But we're running low on time, so thanks for watching and see you in the next video. And like and subscribe. Bye bye.